How's it going, everybody? Justin here, and today we're going to be talking about a little guy I just got, and that's going to be the PSA AR-15 pistol in 300 Blackout. Now, before we get super far into the review, I do want to kind of just go over everything to do with the gun, and then we can get into the review, and I can tell you what I like and I don't like, and just so everybody knows, these are just personal opinions. If you don't like it, that sucks. If you do like it, fantastic. Don't forget to do the little subscribe-y thing. Now, as per usual, let's start with the muzzle device, and this right here is the PSA flash hider. You could change it out to whatever you want, really, as long as it fits a 5/8 by 24, it'll fit right on here. Now, moving down to the barrel, it is a 4150 chromoly. It's a CMV finished in nitride. Obviously, it is a 300 Blackout barrel. It has a 1-in-7 twist, which I think is pretty good. For the handrail, it is a 7-inch handrail with M-lock all around it, full Picatinny on top. As you can see, I already have a QD mounted here. I'm going to move it back just slightly because it does get in the way of my hand when I'm trying to shoot. The upper is pretty standard. It does have your forward assist here, which is pretty nice. You know, you can't go wrong with putting a forward assist on. The bolt is Carpenter 158, which I hear is one of the best, so you know that's great for PSA to include that in here. The bolt carrier profile is a full auto profile, which is pretty nice. I don't see that a lot, so I am pretty happy that it comes with that. Move down to the trigger. This is a mil-spec trigger, so it's probably going to pull somewhere between, like, probably, I don't know, 6 and 8 pounds most likely. I haven't tested it out yet. From what I've noticed when I shot it, it is actually a pretty good trigger. As for the grip, this is a classic A2 grip. Nothing crazy. I do like it. It has, you know, enough texture there to actually keep a pretty good hold on this thing, which is pretty nice. And as for the brace, this is the AR-15. This actually is pretty decent. It's really thin in the back. Obviously, it's supposed to be a stabilizing brace. That's what makes this a pistol and not an SBR. Now, if you want to go over like the differences between an SBR and a pistol, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, and I will go over that with you, especially now that the ATF has kind of gotten, you know, a little bit smart about what they classify a pistol brace as. As for the charging handle, it is just like a regular charging handle. It's nothing crazy. You could definitely change it out if you want to. That's pretty much it. Let's get into the review. Now, when I first opened this up, I thought I'm not gonna, you know, be super impressed by it, but you know what? This is actually super impressive. Compared to something like my Radical Firearms or AR-15, it is pretty awesome. With my Radical Firearms, the upper and lower do kind of jiggle a little bit. This one does not at all. Actually, the tolerances are so crazy that it was super hard, and it still kind of is, especially with this back pin right here, to get apart. I did just use a pen and kind of jammed it out, and I opened it up and looked at the internals, and it's just regular internals, nothing crazy on the inside. I am very impressed by the upper and lower, how they meet and match, and there's no play in between them. It's crazy. Which brings me to my next point, which is the handguard. The handguard is only 7 inches long, so you don't have a whole bunch of room to play with, especially if you want to add stuff on here. The full Picatinny rail is pretty nice. You can add a whole bunch of stuff up here, and having the M-lock is pretty nice. But other than that stuff, honestly, I think it's pretty well constructed. I have, you know, twisted and tried to get this thing out of line, and it just won't move. And you know, there's no play anywhere. It is a free-floating handrail, which is pretty nice. That's something I do want and look for when I'm buying a gun. Moving down to the pistol brace, this is actually a nice little brace here. I kind of wish I went with something a little I don't know, more robust maybe for my first AR pistol. Now, because the ATF doesn't like anybody encouraging anybody to shoulder this or anything, I will say, you know, maybe don't do that or whatever. I, for this video, did shoot with my cheek here, and I didn't, you know, try to shoulder at all. But anyways, the pistol brace does come with a QD mount here, which is pretty nice because all I needed to do was add one more and I could put a sling on it just like this. I actually do like this sling quite a bit. I got it pretty cheap on Amazon, to be honest. You know, it might not be the best of quality, but if you are looking for a cheap little thing, it's not that bad. I will leave a link in the comment if you want to, or in the description if you want to check this out. It does have some elasticity here and back here. Something I probably will do in the future is kind of, you know, tighten it up just a little more so that I have a little better control over it. Maybe I want to change it out to something that doesn't have this bunginess to it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do a little more testing with it, but we'll see when that comes around. Also, for just testing, I just threw this little red dot on here. Nothing crazy to write home about. I probably wouldn't even use it again. I'm gonna switch this out for something else later on once I get a different optic for it. Shooting this thing was actually really fun. I thought, you know what, it's going to be super, you know, loud and just really, you know, a whole bunch of recoil and everything. I just didn't know what to think when I first got it, but I was actually able to take it out to the range and have a good time with it. I was practicing a couple like controlled pairs, what we called in the military, pretty much double taps. I only had one problem, and I think that was my fault, because I don't think I actually seated the magazine all the way. It shot maybe twice, and then it stopped. And I didn't know what was going on, but I just pushed that magazine up, chambered a new round, and it worked flawlessly the rest of the time. Besides that one little screw up, which I think was on me and not the gun itself, especially because I was able to remediate it and get rounds down range. And yes, there is quite a bit of recoil on it, but I was able to get up and on target real fast, get a couple rounds down, and that's all, honestly, all I wanted to do. Now, the reason why I went with an 8.5 inch barrel is because 300 Blackout was originally made for an 8 to 9 inch barrel. This is right in the dead center, so I thought, you know what, let me try this, and honestly it works perfectly. I got, you know, rounds down range real easily. I wasn't, you know, I didn't have any problems getting on target either. Another reason why I went with an AR pistol is because I really needed something, and I really wanted something that I can kind of just have near my bed, and I could literally just pick up and start going if there is anything that happens in my home. Kind of cross my fingers on that one. You know, I really hope nothing ever happens like that, but you know what, you can never be too safe. I might sound a little paranoid, but I don't care. All in all, I do think this is a great gun, maybe to put by your bed or something, and have as a, especially if you're not comfortable with like something like a pistol or something, you're more comfortable with like an AR platform, you know, get something like this, get a 300 Blackout, or get whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. Something close quarters is going to be, you know, just what you need for something inside the house. I think 300 Blackout is a great home defense caliber because it has a lot of stopping power, but also it doesn't travel too far. So I'm not going to say it's going to travel and hit one wall and then just stop, but it might not go through, you know, 3 walls or something. I'm not completely sure about the ballistics about them, but maybe that's something we'll test one day. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments below. But that's pretty much it for this little guy. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it down in the comments below. If you want to continue seeing 2A content like this, please leave a like. It actually helps your algorithm as well as my algorithm, and it pushes these kind of videos out to more people, which is fantastic for the 2A community. Also, if you like this review, please subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. It helps this channel a lot. But anyways, stay safe and shoot straight. Pew!